So if you're aiming for a band 7 or higher for your IELTS speaking test, then keep watching this video, as today in this video we are going to break down a real band 7.5 sample answer. We will watch clips of the candidate and review the examiner's comments and break down exactly why his answers worked so that you can apply the same strategies when preparing for your speaking test. Also, I've included a downloadable PDF with commonly used idioms and collocations, so make sure to download it in the description box below. And if you stick around till the end, I also am giving you a practice question that you can reply to in the comments below, and I will give you feedback for. And I will also tell you how to structure your answers. So let's get this video started. However, before we watch the sample video, I do want you to keep the IELTS speaking band descriptors in mind, and these are the exact speaking criteria that the examiners use to assess the candidates. And these are based on 4 areas, which include fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. So just to give you an idea, fluency and coherence basically means how smooth you speak and how you organize your ideas. Lexical resource refers to vocabulary. It's just a fancy name for vocabulary, and this means that you need to use a wide range of words and expressions. And I will include the idioms and linking words and collocations in the description box below, so you don't need to worry about it right now. But just so that you know, using phrases like raining cats and dogs, break the ice, take a break, these are phrases that commonly occur in our conversational speech, and native English speakers use this a lot. That's why if you have an idea of how to use this accurately, it can really boost your speaking score and take it to the next level. Grammatical range and accuracy is a variety of error-free sentence structure. So you need to use a variety of simple and complex structures, and most of them should be error-free. Even if a few errors do occur, they do not hinder meaning and communication. And this is absolutely not about having any accent. You can have an Indian, Bengali, Arabic, Pakistani, or any other accent, as long as your speech is clear and the words that you say are accurate and clear and your communication is understandable. That's all that they're looking for. This includes pronunciation as well. So now that you have a holistic idea of what the examiners are looking for, let's watch the speaking test sample from ITB, where Ashish from Nepal talks about work and friends for part 1 of the speaking test. And we'll see why his performance got a band 7.5. So I'm going to play the clip now. Let's have a listen.
Do you work or are you a student?
Yes, I am both actually. I work part-time as well as a student.
What job do you do?
I'm an payroll controller. I control the payroll in a property management company.
Do you meet interesting people in your job?
Not many, but yes, sometimes I have to visit the banks and the sites, so yes, I do.
How long have you been doing this sort of work?
For a year and a half now.
So notice how he answers confidently and fluently. He doesn't just say, I'm a student. Instead, he says, I work part-time as well as a student. His relaxed delivery is supported by flexible use of markers like I am both, basically, as well as. So these are good connectors that help with the fluency and delivery of his answer. So if you look at the examiner's comments, the examiner stated, and these comments are provided by IDP, and I will share the link of this video in the description box below as well, so that you can also watch the complete video and have a look at these comments yourself. The examiner has commented and explained that this candidate speaks fluently and engages with the questions without any obvious effort. So it's easy. The communication was easy for him. He was confident. There's only occasional hesitation, repetition, and self-correction, which is mostly content related. So even if he pauses to think or hesitates for a second before answering, it's just because he's thinking about the answer. It's not because he doesn't have the language. So We can tell that he has the ability to speak, but he's thinking of which words to choose, and that is okay. It's natural. When we speak, we always take a second or two before answering a question, and that's totally acceptable. And it also gives you time to frame your answer. Just make sure that the pauses are not too long. Okay, so now before we go on to watch the next sample clip, I want you to take a second and subscribe to my channel. If you're finding this video helpful, it would mean a lot to me. My name is Megan Haq. I'm an internationally certified English language teacher from Canada, and my specialization is test prep. And on this channel, my goal is to help you achieve your target band score with easy tips and strategies. All right, so let's watch the next part of the video now, and the topic is friends.
Let's go on to talk about friends now. Are your friends mostly your age or different ages?
No, many different ages.
Why?
Where it ranges. It's basically because I am not from this place. I'm from back Nepal, and when I came here, I met people from my country as well as people from different places at work and at different places. So they're all over the place.
Do you usually see your friends during the week or at weekends?
It depends. I see them all over the week, I think. Work friends at work, after work drinks and things like that. So yeah, all throughout the week.
Okay.
And it was pretty nice.
In what ways are your friends important to you?
Oh, they are very important to me because I hate to be lonely. I need to talk to someone every now and then because I can't just sit, not to say do nothing, but I need someone to confront and talk to. So I hold them, I give them a great importance in my life.
So we can see that he used natural phrases and collocations that make his answers sound conversational. These show that he has the ability to use a range of vocabulary and talk about everyday topics with flexibility. That's why the examiners gave him a good score. So the use of phrases like all over the place when he was asked is a bit informal, but it's okay to use because it does add variety instead of repeating the same word again. So if he kept saying from this country or that country, he used the phrase all over the place or from different backgrounds. A better phrase would have been that they belong to different backgrounds, they come from different countries. And he also used phrase like after work, throughout the week, when he was asked how often he sees his friends. And the last question that we heard, which was, in what ways are your friends important to you? The words that he used were, I give them great importance, I hate to be lonely, I want to have someone to confront and talk to. But overall, this shows that he has a wide range of vocabulary. And the examiner has commented that his vocabulary is sufficient for him to engage with a variety of topics, and he demonstrates an ability to use idioms and collocations with a sense of style and skill. Let's see what the examiner had to say about his grammar. I'm going to play the next clip, and the topic is food.
I'd like to move on to talk about food and cooking now. What kind of food do you like to eat?
I like Asian food quite a lot because because of its taste, its variety, and things like that.
What kind of new food would you like to try?
That would be French. Pure French food, I would say.
Why?
I've heard a lot about it, but because of its taste, its originality. But I haven't got a chance to have the original French food as yet. So yeah, I would like to try that.
Do you like cooking?
No, that's not just my cup of tea. Not at all.
Why not?
I don't know. I've been here for 3 years now, and I am a single. I live alone with my friends, but it just does not come into me. Even when I enter the kitchen, I think I go grocery shopping and I do things, but once I enter the kitchen, I just end up making some noodles.
So when he was asked about which kind of cuisine he likes, he answered that he really liked Asian food, and then he gave a reason, which was also really good because he extended his answer, and he said, I like it because of its taste and variety. And then he went on to say, I like it quite a lot. So this is also a nice expression of telling how much you like something and extending your answers. And then when the examiner asked him which cuisine he would like to try, instead of just saying, I would like to try French food, which is just a basic answer that anybody would give, he said, that would be French, pure French food. So this elaboration and this style gave his conversation a little bit of drama and actually makes him sound more advanced in his choice of sentences and phrases. And then he also went on to attempt using an idiom like that's just not my cup of tea, which basically means that's just something I don't like to do. So while his sentences aren't perfectly structured grammatically, like earlier also when he was asked about whether he was a student or he worked, and he said, I work part-time as well as a student, the correct phrase would be, I work part-time as well as being a student, or I work part-time and I also am a student. And also later on when he was asked if he likes to cook and he said, no, I'm a single. This is incorrect. The correct phrase would be, I am single or I live alone. So while these are some grammatical errors, but these minor slips don't affect the overall meaning. The range is evident and he uses present simple correctly and also tries to use some complex sentences. The errors in his answer do not stop understanding, which is what matters for band 7+. And this is important and good news for you all, because the IELTS examiners don't expect perfection. We do understand that this is your second language. What they just need is that your speech is clear and you make sense and you do have some advanced skill of using the English language if you're going to live in an English country and study abroad. So here the examiner has said that he has a wide range of grammatical structures and most sentences are error-free. Even when errors do very occasionally occur, they do not detract at all from the meaning. So the point is that the errors can occur occasionally. Not every sentence should have an error or should be difficult to understand or incorrect. So the key takeaways from this video are, with a practice question that I'm going to give you right now, so that you're able to also apply all this knowledge that we have discovered today, is I'm giving you a question now that I want you to answer me with in the comments below, and also practice yourself at home and record yourself on a phone and listen back for some things. So the question from part 1 speaking test is, do you prefer to spend free time alone or with friends, and why? So if you're here till the end of the video and listening, then do drop me a comment below and tell me what you would say if you were answering this question, and try to keep these few things in mind, which is like a checklist which you should use to practice all of your speaking answer questions. So give reasons and examples for your answer. Try to use a few linking words and connectors. You try to attempt using some idioms and common phrases that you hear in like movies and dramas, and see if you've used a simple and a complex sentence, and make sure that your pronunciation and speech is clear. In the next video, we'll dive into IELTS Speaking Part 2, where I'll show you step by step how to answer the long-term question using a simple structure that works every time with another band 7+ answer, and break down of why it works with the examiner's comments. If you like this video, please do comment and let me know so I can make more videos like this. And remember that I have also included a PDF which you can download in the description box below with commonly used idioms, collocations and linking words, which will help you in answering your question. Watch my video about the IELTS speaking test format and what happens in each part of the test, with tips and examples and strategies to answer the question so that you're fully prepared about what to expect in your IELTS speaking test. I hope you found this video helpful. See you in the next one.